talk about my experience. Now, if you ever thought of this and never found the solution, I hope you find it here. Just think about any experience. Someone just told you, hey, can you talk about that? Oh, you had a trip? I would like to know, how was your trip? Understand something. You're not prepared to answer it. It's not a speech that you practiced so well, you memorized, and you're all good to go. It's something sudden. হঠাৎ করে আমাকে কেউ হঠাৎ জিজ্ঞেস করেছে আমি কি প্রিপেয়ার্ড থাকবো স্বাভাবিক আমি থাকবো না It's not a presentation, it's not a storytelling, it's not something that you're prepared, as simple as that. So I have to say something, right? So what do you say? How do you talk about experiences? That's what we are going to find it today. Something special, something memorable, something embarrassing, right? Something awkward, something close to your heart. Don't you think we first start by this? I mean, forget everything, like the first one, second, third. Just imagine if it was sudden, how would you reply? The same thing we're going to try in English. Are you ready for it? I am ready and super excited. Are you? Let's just know how we can answer. What if I went to America? So maybe the first thing I would realize is how the country looks. Because that's my first time. I have never been to that country, right? So I would first be so happy to visit the country. So you can first start talking about your visuals. Your eyes. It sees the place, right? Everything that happens, you see something. Be a party or a wedding or a trip, any single thing. Just the same thing you can apply to your wedding ceremony, right? So you can quickly talk about the visuals, the first thing you see while entering. কেউ কারোর সাথে কথা বলছে, কেউ কারোর জন্য ওয়েট করছে, বা কেউ গাড়ি পার্ক করছে, কেউ নামছে. Maybe there will be cameramen waiting for brides or grooms so that they can take pictures. So you can talk about that. Or maybe the moment you enter the main hall, you see people dressed up so nicely. Grand atmosphere. And then people are dressed up so nicely. Lightings, decorations, so on. Everything is like picture perfect. আসার পর কেউ জিজ্ঞেস করে আমি সেখানে কি করেছি বা আমার এক্সপিরিয়েন্স কেমন ছিল মেবি ফার্স্টে আমি বলবো ফার্স্ট আমি কি দেখেছি right the way I was trying to say what I saw in the first moment what I saw maybe I saw the beautiful country maybe I was imagining something and the country looked something else right we do so right we try to imagine first how something would be looking. So you could talk about something, expectations versus reality. That's another one, expectation versus reality. So you could say something like, you know what, I was imagining something like this, but what happened to be in real was this, right? So you can have a nice contrast. Now, don't you think we could talk about something special? I was also saying the same thing to my student. I was saying, let's say there is this famous food, this delicious food that you must try when you visit the country. So maybe not only for the food being special, but also because you took your parents with you. That became super special. Now you can talk about this as well. You have one more thing to add to your experience, right? একটা জিনিস স্পেশাল কখন হয় এই যে বললাম ফেমাস ফুড এক কারণ ছিল এটা সেকেন্ড কারণ হচ্ছে আপনি কাকে নিয়ে গেছেন রাইট আপনার প্যারেন্টসদেরকে নিয়ে গেছেন কখন এটা হয় নাই যে you went with your parents it's the first time so it's worth remembering and worth saying right and the same thing you can apply to your wedding ceremony as well like you could talk about something special like the food you tasted. You know what? That vegetable I tried was so delicious. I must thank the chef. One more thing I would like to tell here. What do you think? Why something becomes special? Like, I was trying to give you one story regarding the food I tried. Let's say the name of the food is Cappuccino Milano. Okay. I'm just trying to come with a name. So you tried this special food that's famous, like worldwide. Everyone knows about the food. Let's say it's not a special food. Kono special food na, Cappuccino Milano, এরকম কোনো food নাই. You went to a country, you went to a restaurant, and you started eating with your family. Now the thing is, it's your experience. Maybe the same thing would not be special for someone, but is special for you because it's your story, it's your experience, it's your parents, right? Maybe someone is so used to going to countries with their parents that this one would not be special one for them, but for you, it is. And that's the thing I want you to tell in your stories or experiences. Because that's your experience. It's my experience, right? I would know what's special for me. The same thing that's special for me might not be special for you, and that's completely okay. What I'm trying to say is, when someone asks us about our stories or experiences, I would say the things that are most important to me, most special to me, most memorable to me, right? So, we talked about the first thing that we see, or the most special thing, or memorable thing. Now let's jump in to the next one, which is about something embarrassing. Let's say you went to a place or a country where people only get a chance to go once in a lifetime. You just fall. Such an embarrassing moment. Today I had to fall. I was thinking I was so lucky to be here. And now I just fell in front of so many people? Seriously? So maybe that's an embarrassing moment for you. So you can also tell that to your friend or maybe to your friends that, you know what? I fell down there. Such an embarrassing moment. Can you imagine? And they're like, seriously, did you? And also what you could say is, you know what? Maybe something is very common in your country, but something very different happened. Don't you think you can also talk about your expectation? Maybe something is very common in your country, but in other country or in that country you went to, you experienced something different. Or something that's very common, you thought that would be happening, you know? But to your surprise, you saw that, okay, that's something new. I never experienced this. Maybe the moment you fell, there were already so many cameras looking at you. It felt like they would capture every possible things. Your expressions, every single thing will be captured. But surprisingly, you saw not a single picture of me falling. That was such a renowned place. I thought my pictures would be out. I would be either famous or like I would be in a place I have to hide my face. But no pictures. By the way, I just said no place, hide my face. Nice rhyming. Alright, so are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Something is very different. আমার expectation থেকে অনেক different কিছু হয়েছে। সো অবশ্যই আমার কাছে এটা বলার মতো একটা জিনিস, রাইট? শেয়ার করতে করতে আমি আবার আমার এক্সপেকটেশন নিয়েও শেয়ার করতে পারি। যে আমি এক্সপেক্ট করেছি আমার ছবি ছড়িয়ে যাবে, পুরো ইন্টারনেটে আমার ছবি থাকবে, কিভাবে একটা ছেলে পড়ে গেল বা কিভাবে একটা মেয়ে পড়ে গেল, দেখুন, something unexpected like came to enjoy but fall on the face, something like different headlines would be out. You expected something else happened. It also could be related to a country. Maybe in your country, that's very common to take pictures, you know, to gain views and all. But when you visited the country, you saw that nobody was interested to capture your pictures or your embarrassing moments. Different, right? So this one could also be a topic that you might include in your experience. So let's be frank, okay? When we are talking about experiences, it's my experience, right? As I said, something could be special for you, not for me. I might not include, you might include. Something could be so memorable for me that I will be in tears, I will be happy, I will be over the ninth cloud while discussing about the moment. You know, that's the beauty of experiences, that it reflects or adds a personal touch. If my story is like yours, then what's the difference? And why would people want to listen to me? আমার স্টোরি যদি আপনার স্টোরির মতোই হতো, তাহলে মানুষ আমাকে কেন শুনতো? Right? Because আমার স্টোরিতে ডিফারেন্ট কিছু আছে, that's the reason people would want to listen to me. And you know one more thing, that maybe you both had the same dish. You both went to the same party, same wedding ceremony, but still you would be having different things to say. And that's the interesting part I would always cherish, that in your eyes something is beautiful, in your ears you heard something, you experienced something, you found something sweet, you found something interesting, you found something disgusting. My experience, my way of saying.